Mitchell today did something on Meet the Press that rarely I find enough journalists doing, and that is challenge the person they are interviewing if they're not a Democrat. And what was amazing is Andrea Mitchell actually challenged a Republican senator on terms from a Republican point of view. I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side, because what I think she did is extremely important. And I think journalists going forward must do this. So let's go ahead and listen to it, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Given how casual he was about securing documents, that's been well established when he was president, do you think that should disqualify him from being president again? And would you vote for him if he runs?
I'll keep my powder dry with regards to your last question. I think right now we're going to focus on the 2022 election. We want to retake the House. We definitely want to retake the United States Senate. And I think in doing that, and our goal is to focus on what's going on right now with the American people. We're going to focus on the fact that inflation is still over 8.5%. We're still talking about GDP, which has been going down. And as you know, sharing breakfast with the former chairman of the Federal Reserve, anytime you've got 2 quarters in a row, you are in a recession. We want to see us get out of that recession. And most certainly we want to see gas prices come down. They're still $1.50 higher than when Joe Biden took office. Those are not good policies to run on for Democrats. We need to focus on that. And as we get past that and get into the 2024, I think the Republican will be well positioned. But let's get past the 2022 election first.
And we're not in a recession yet, but we'll wait and see what does happen. And we really want to thank you. It's very good that you came on today.
Two quarters Rose. Tell you differently than that.
Not that's out of date.
Thanks.
Out of date, even according to Republican economists.
Now, beforehand, I find it astounding. You know, last week we had Lindsey Graham in a debate with Blumenthal, Senator Blumenthal from, I think, Connecticut. And Lindsey Graham, while the Democrat tried to be bipartisan, Lindsey Graham came and said, I am not going to be bipartisan, or pretty much this is not the bipartisan part of the debate. And by the way, we are in a recession. And Blumenthal didn't say peep about being in a recession. It took Dana Bass throughout the day to talk about the successes of the Biden policies, which, you know, when you take a look and enumerate them, there are a ton of policy achievements unheard of, especially with a Congress that is almost even. But it turned out pretty good. Here we have another journalist on TV. Surprisingly, I don't know what's going on. It's like these guys finally realize that our democracy is in trouble, and that coddling recalcitrant or Republicans are coddling sycophantic Republicans are somehow really continue to put us in danger. Notice that when he spoke about a recession, she comes back and she says, no, we're not in a recession. And then when he makes that point to say, oh, Andrea, don't forget, you have breakfast every morning with an economist who should know this stuff. And by the way, Andrea Mitchell's husband is Alan Greenspan, who was the past chairman of the economic chair, and also he's a Republican. So in effect, she said, by the way, sir, no, we're not in a recession. And even Republican economists, vis-a-vis my husband, also says we're not in a recession. How can you be in a recession if in the last month you actually hired 500,000 more people? And that wasn't a decrease from the previous month, but an increase from your previous month. And what else did she say? No, that is outdated. But that defines who the GOP leadership has become. A leadership of the past, a leadership that's not based on good information going forward. So Andrea Mitchell has to be given some kudos for finally dinging a Republican, as opposed to just letting their statements adopt its own ethos. So thank you, Andrea. Good work done. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.